Hey there, guys. Good to be back with you again. It's May 29th, 1949 again. This is game one of a doubleheader between the White Sox and the Indians, and let's see how the Indians do as they try to keep up there at the very top of the American League standings. Here's Don Wheeler. He hits a ground ball to Lou Boudreau at short, who throws to first, one away. Gus Zernial now takes a ball low and outside, hitting just over 300, and he hits one back to Bearden, who throws to first, two away. Gene Bearden, 6.43 ERA, 1-3 on the season, throws a ball to Luke Appling, 1-0. And that's in the dirt, 2-0. Bearden, lots of walks, which has been his problem. 2-1 the count now on Appling, and there's a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. And the next pitch is in there. Ground ball past the mound. Gordon has that, throws to first, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. Ken Keltner is up here for the Indians, hitting 286 with quite a bit of power. That power is what has him up. There's a ground ball to Appling. The shortstop throws to first, one away. Here now is Larry Doby hitting 264. He has been in a slump for the most part recently, though he played well in the last Indians game. 3-0 the count now on Larry. And he takes ball four in close, and he'll go take a stroll to first. That brings up Mickey Vernon hitting number 3, 338 the average. Doby's fast, of course. Throw to first, and Doby's not going anywhere. There's a strike to Vernon, 1-1, and throw to first, not in time. Next pitch to Doby is outside for a ball, 1-1, and it's about time to try to steal. Throw to first, nothing happening. And there's strike two, so it's a 1-2 count on Vernon. Another throw to first base. There's a double play ball. Appling has it over to Michaels for one, on to Goldsberry for the double play. We go to the top of the second, so we probably should have done the hit and run. Gordon Goldsberry leads this off in the top of the second, has a 1-1 count on him quickly, and swings and misses at that one. It's 1-2. And there's a ground ball to Boudreau. The shortstop throws to first for the out, one away. Here's Cass Michaels. Fly ball center field, and it's Doby's got that one, two away. And here's Jerry Scala. It's a ball in there to Scala, 1-0. That's hit right to Kennedy in right field, who pulls that one in. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. Lou Boudreau here for the Indians. Hits a ground ball over to Michaels. He's falling down, throws to first anyway, and gets him, one away. Dale Mitchell hits one to left center field, and that one is past Zernial, and that'll be an easy double for Mitchell. And that's the first hit of the ball game. Here now is Bob Kennedy. So runner on at second base for Kennedy, hitting 268. That's a strike in there to Bob, and a ball, 1-1. There's a swing and a miss and a screwball low, 1-2, and there's one outside, 2-2. It's hit over to Appling, a shortstop, and he holds Mitchell at the second base bag and throws to first for the out, two away. And here's Joe Gordon. It's foul back by Gordon, 0-1. That's high, 1-1 now on Joe. That's high again, it's 2-1. Fastball's outside, 3-1 on Gordon. There's a late strike on him, full count now on Joe Gordon. And he ends up swinging on that check swing, and down he goes, and we go to the top of the third. No score still. Here is Floyd Baker, who takes a strike and then hits a fly ball right center field. Right fielder Kennedy's got that for the out, one away. Dave Philly now takes a strike inside corner this time, 0-1. Fouls one away. It's 0-2 on Dave. It's hit to right center field. Kennedy gets there, and that's the single for Philly. Here now is Randy Gumpert, the pitcher, and he drops one foul, a bunt foul that is third base side, and another bunt foul this time to the first base side, 0-2. And there's a ball right on the corner for strike three, and that's two away. Here's Don Wheeler now. Wheeler takes a strike and then hits a fly ball right center field. Kennedy, the right fielder, has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the third. And it's a fast-moving game without a whole lot of fireworks so far. Randy Gumpert, of course, the pitcher here for Chicago, throws a strike to Jim Hegan, 0-1 the count. Gumpert, 3.58 ERA, 3-4 the record. That one misses. It's 1-1. There's ball two outside, 2-1 on Jim. And that fastball misses again, 3-1. And that one's fouled off. Full count now on Jim Hegan, and he fouls that one off just barely. Full count remains. And there's strike three right down the pipe, and he takes a looking, one away. Here's Gene Bearden. Bearden takes the strike, not much of a hitter, and what does he do? He hits it over to the right side for a base hit, hit number 2 for the Indians. That'll bring up Ken Keltner. 3 hits overall in this game, and Keltner promptly hits a ground ball over to Michaels, who grabs it at short, flips to Appling for one, and on to first for the double play. We go to the top of the fourth, and it's a 0-0 ball game. Here's Gus Zernial. That one's popped up, and Gordon not able to make the play. He was going one way, going the other way, never got under it, and it's a fluke base hit for Zernial. That'll bring up Luke Appling now, runner on at first. That pitch by Bearden is low, 1-0 on Appling, and he fouls one away, 1-1. And there's one fouled straight back out of play, 1-2 the count, and that one just misses, 2-2 now on Appling. Popped up behind short, it's actually Mitchell, left fielder, who runs in, and he's got that for the out, one away. Gordon Goldsberry again now, made out his first time just like everyone else. 1-1 the count. Zernial was running on that one. They're a little crazy to send him. He's so slow. 2-1 now on Goldsberry, and that's high and outside. It's a 3-1 count. There's a strike right down the middle. Full count now on Goldsberry. That's fouled away. Full count remains. Ground ball up the middle, and that's through for a hit. And Zernial will stop at second. Here comes Cass Michaels. Runners on at first and second for the White Sox, and Michaels promptly hits a fly ball to Larry Doby in center for the second out. Jerry Scala comes up and takes a ball, hitting just under 200. There's one popped up behind the plate, out of play, 1-1 the count, and there's a ball to Jerry, 2-1. Fouls it off of Hegan's mask, 2-2. There's a little ground ball over to Vernon, the first baseman. He underhands that one to Bearden, covering the bag, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Larry Doby comes up and pops one foul, 0-1, and takes a pitch high and outside, 1-1. Ground ball Appling on to first, one away. Minky Vernon now takes a ball. 336 that average. There's another ball. He's 0 for 1 today. Screwball misses inside is a 3-0 count, and that's beneath the knees, and that's a walk to Vernon. Second walk given up by Randy Gumpert, and that'll bring up Lou Boudreau. That's a screwball inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. And there goes Vernon, and that's hit over to center field. Scala, the center fielder, has that for the out. There's two away now, and here's Dale Mitchell. Mitchell takes a strike, hitting 364, hitting very, very well so far this season. 1-1 on Dale. That's fouled away. It's 1-2. Throw to first. Vernon's not going anywhere. 1-2, the count remains. There's a little pop-up, and it's on the left side. Baker's got that for the out, and we will go to the top of the fifth. Still no score. Floyd Baker comes in to bat. Takes the ball and then hits one right up the middle for a base hit, and that'll bring up Dave Philly. Strike in there to Dave, 0-1. Fouled straight back now by Philly. It's 0-2. And there's a ball high, 1-2. Upstairs for another ball, 2-2 the count now. Foul back, remains 2-2. And that is high. Full count now on Dave Philly. Bearden's starting to lose him, and that's a base hit to left field. And so it's runners on at first and second now for the White Sox. Nobody out. White Sox now with 5 hits, and here comes Randy Gumpert, the pitcher, who bunts one foul. It's bunted in the air. Bearden runs off the mound, grabs that one, so nobody moves up, and there's one away. Here's Don Wheeler now, runners on at first and second. Ground ball into the hole. Boudreau has that one, flips to Gordon for one, on to Vernon at first, and Wheeler just beats it out. There's 2 away now, and Baker moves up to third. Runners on the corners. Baker takes a ball, 1-0. It's in the dirt, 2-0 now in Zernial. Said Baker, Zernial, and there's ball 3-0 the count. That's high and inside, and Bearden has walked his first. Luke Appling now takes the ball inside, 1-0. That's ball 2 way inside, 2-0 now on Appling by Bearden, and there's a strike finally. It's 2-1. Popped up third base line, out of play, 2-2 on Luke. That's away, full count now on Appling. And that's high and tight, and that's going to be a walk. And so Appling is walked, and he will drive in the run. And Gene Bearden has given up 2 walks here so far in this game is all, but they've come in a very, very key moment of this game. 1-0 now White Sox. Gordon Goldsberry hits a fly ball straight over to Larry Doby, first pitch swinging, and Doby's got it for the out. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Bob Kennedy here for the Indians. Kennedy takes a strike, 0-1. And that's away. He fouls that one off, 0-2. Fastball's inside, 1-2. And there's another check swing. He just got a piece of that one, 1-2 still. It's hit over to left center field. Zernial, left fielder, runs in and makes the catch. One away. Here's Joe Gordon. Striking there to Gordon, 0-1. That's hit deep to center. And Scholar runs back and has a big jump, and he makes the catch, 2 away. Jim Hegan now hits a ground ball just to the right of Michaels, and Cass can't get to that one, and that is through for a base hit. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Gene Bearden. Third hit of the game for the Indians. Bearden has one of them, 1-1 today. Bearden takes a strike and then a ball, 1-1. And that is a wild pitch. Gumpert almost rolled that one there into Bearden. That one went about 50 feet and then bounced away, and Wheeler had no chance, and Hegan moves up to second. Runner on a second now for Bearden, and there's a strike to him, 2-2. Fly ball left center field. It's the left fielder. Zernial has that for the out. We go to the top of the sixth. It'll be Cass Michaels here to lead this off. And that's a soft liner to left field, and the wind knocks that one down. Mitchell has no chance of getting that, and that's a fluke single for Michaels. Here now is Scala. Scala bunts back to Bearden. Bearden turns, throws to Boudreau covering at second for the out, and they get the lead runner. Now it's Floyd Baker. Takes the strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, and Scala tries to steal, and he's thrown out easily. and there's 2 away. I think that was supposed to be a hit and run. It's the first time Scala's been caught stealing this season against 3 stolen bases. Here's Baker taking a ball, 1-2. That's in tie, 2-2. And that's ball 3, full count now on Baker. And that's high. So Bearden had him 0-2 and then threw 4 straight balls. Here now is Dave Philly. Third walk of the game for Gene. And there's 2 straight balls on Philly and a swing and a miss, 2-1. It's inside, and it's a 3-1 count. Ground ball to short. Boudreau flips to Gordon, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0 White Sox in a very tense and close and exciting game. Ken Keltner leads this off 0-2, and he's now 1-3. That one went through Baker and Appling into left field. Base hit, first ball swinging. That'll bring up Larry Doby. Keltner, of course, not very fast. And there's a strike in there to Doby, 0-1. That's fouled straight back. It's 0-2 now on Doby. There's a slider just off the plate, 1-2. That's a foul ball. 1-2 still on Doby, and that's down and in. It's 2-2. There's another one low. Full count now on Larry Doby. And that's fouled away. Full count remains on him. Fly ball right center field. Philly runs after that one, can't get to it. That's a base hit for Doby, and Keltner wasn't even thinking about hesitating. He ran all the way to third. A little bit risky since it's a little fly ball, but Philly couldn't get there in time, and there are runners on at the corners with nobody out. And that'll bring up Mickey Vernon. Now, we could bunt with Vernon, but we're not going to. Vernon, 21 RBIs so far. There's a ball high to him, 1-0. The infield's in, looking for a possible bunt. Another ball to Vernon. It's 2-0, and there's a swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-1. That fastball's low and away now, 3-1 the count. That's out and away, and Gumpert has loaded the bases with his third walk of the game. His third walk issued of the game, I should say. And here comes Lou Boudreau. Bases loaded, bottom of the 6th, 1-0 White Sox. There's a ball to Lou, and a strike, 1-1. That's high. 2-1 now on Boudreau. That's fouled away. It's 2-2. Ground ball shortstop, Appling to Michaels for 1 and back to first for the double play, and a run scores. So the White Sox decide to go for the double play instead of getting the run out of the plate with nobody out, and that makes this a 1-1 ball game. Here now is Dale Mitchell with a runner on third, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. And there's a ball up there to Mitchell, 1-0. Mitchell's 1-2 today. That's high. 2-1 on Dale, and that's at the ankles. It's 3-1, and he will take ball 4. I think Gumpert was pitching around him. That'll bring up Bob Kennedy. So runners at the corners now for Kennedy. That was Gumpert's 4th walk, by the way, and Kennedy takes the ball, and then a strike, 1-1. It's in the dirt, 2-1 on Bob. Ground ball third base. Baker juggles it, but recovers in time, throws on to first. We go to the top of the 7th. It'll be Randy Gumpert to lead this off. High to Gumpert, 1-0. And that's a knuckler in there for a strike. 1-1 now on Randy. And there's a slider in there again for a strike. 1-2. Ground ball third base. Keltner has it, but has no play at first. And Gumpert gets the base hit. 1-3 is now Randy Gumpert, the pitcher. And that'll bring up Don Wheeler. Runner on at first base now. And there's a bunt by Wheeler that goes foul to the right side. 0-1. And there's a ball thrown to Wheeler. 1-1 the count. That's low. 2-1 on Wheeler. Right down the heart of the play with that one is 2-2. It's fouled away, still 2-2 on Don. Base hit into left field, and that puts Gumpert on at second, and he will stay there as hit number 8 for the White Sox. And here comes Gus Zernial. So Bearden has had a rough game, hasn't given up many runs, 3 walks given up, and lots of hits. He's given up 8 hits so far. 1-1 on Zernial, and that's low. 2-1. High and tight is 3-1 on Gus. Chopped off the plate, and Keltner with a real rough play, and he throws over to first and gets his man. I'll bring up Luke Appling with the runners on second and third, and we're going to walk him. Yes, we will. We're going to walk Appling. And now let's see what we can do here. We want to cut off that run of the plate, so we bring the corners in. Goldsberry hits a fly ball to left field, and it's Mitchell who has that for the out. Here comes the throw home. And it's a poor throw by the outfielder, and so the runner scores, and Appling and Wheeler both move up. It's a 2-1 game in favor of the White Sox, and now here's Cass Michaels, 2-1 the score. That's a ball off the plate to Michaels, 1-0, and there's another one in the dirt, 2-0. Ground ball right side, Vernon has that one. The first baseman flips over to Bearden, covering the bag for the out, but the damage has been done, 2-1 Chicago. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Here is Joe Gordon. That's hit deep to left field, but Zernial is there for the out, 1 away. Jim Hegan now takes a strike. He's 1-2. Fly ball center field. Scala's got it, 2 away. And here's Gene Bearden, who at least has a hit, 1-2 today. Takes a strike and then a ball, 1-1. It's in the dirt, 2-1 on Gene. And there's a strike to him. It's 2-2. And that's high. Full count now on Gene Bearden. Ground ball down the first base line. Goldsberry has that, goes to the bag himself, and we go to the top of the 8th. Jerry Scala here for the White Sox takes the ball. And there's another one inside, 2-0 on Jerry. There's a strike, 2-1. Ground ball shortstop. Boudreau on to first, 1 away. Here now, Floyd Baker takes the ball. That's in tight, 2-0 on Baker, and there's a strike to him, 2-1. Foul just wide of first base. It's 2-2 on Floyd. Swung on a miss to that one. That knuckler dripped and dropped and drooped under his bat for the second out. Here's now is Dave Philly. 2 strikeouts now for Bearden, and Philly fouls one off and fouls another one back. 0-2 is the count. It's foul straight back, remains 0-2, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So Philly gets the hit, number 9 for the White Sox, and here is Randy Gumpert hitting for himself. There's a strike in there to Gumpert, and then a ball low. And there's a throw back to first, and boy, that's a could have been. So it was Hegan throwing to first. Philly was leaning the wrong way. Vernon threw to Boudreau. Boudreau ran him back to the bag instead of throwing, and somehow Philly was able to get in there on time. I'm guessing that Lou Boudreau, who was a little bit older and a little bit heavier, is probably not the guy you want trying to pull off the rundown by running after the runner. So 1-1 the count now, and that's lined on the third base line, just foul. And boy, we dodged a bullet there. 1-2 pitch. That's a ground ball over to Kellner, again, third base line, and he throws over to Gordon for the force out at second. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Ken Kellner leading this off for the Indians, and he takes the ball inside and high, 1-0. Hit the left center field, and that one's between Zernial and Scala, and that'll be a double. And now you got to wonder if that computer won't be upset about not taking Gumpert out when he had the chance. Doby up now, so that means Kellner is 2 for 4. Doby today is 1 for 2 with a walk. He takes a strike down the heart of the plate, 0-1. That's a ball, 1-1 on Larry. Fouled away, it's 1-2 on Larry. He goes inside, and he fouls it away. 1-2 remains, and there's a foul back, 1-2. Pop-up, shortstop Appling has that for the out, 1 away. Here's Mickey Vernon. Blooper, shallow left field, and the wind knocks that one down in front of Zernial, and that will be a base hit, and we're going to have Kellner stop at third. With Lou Boudreau coming up, I like my chances. Do a little hit and run with Boudreau. Runners at the corners, and there's a ground ball to second. There's no way to get Vernon, and so we're not going to have Kellner try to score, and there's a throw to first base. Vernon moves up a bag, and there's 2 away. Here comes Dale Mitchell. Could have had him try to score, but Kellner not quite fast enough. There's a ball to Mitchell, 1-0, and there's a strike, 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2 now on Dale. Hit over to Scala, and he goes down for it, and he makes the catch about knee high, and we go to the top of the 9th. Still 2-1 White Sox. Here is Don Wheeler. Hits a ground ball left side. Boudreau has it on the first, 1 away. Gus Zernial now takes the ball high. Another one way too high, 2-0. Popped up. Gordon, the second baseman, has that for the second out, 2 away. And it's Luke Appling who fouls 1 away, 0-1. And there's a ball inside, 1-1. That's also inside, 2-1 on Appling. And there's a ground ball off the hill, and Bearden goes off and gets it and throws to first. And we've made it to the bottom of the 9th inning, 2-1 the score. The Indians now with 7 hits. They're starting to hit a little bit better, 9 for the White Sox. There's a ball to Kennedy. Another one just low, 2-0. Fly ball center field, Scala has that, 1 away. Here's Joe Gordon now, who fouls one off. 0-1. There's a ball in the dirt, 1-1. Ground ball off of first, and Gumpert ends up going over and flipping that over to Goldsberry for the second out, and it's going to be Hegan who's batting. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't go with somebody else. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Thurman Tucker again. Thurman Tucker, of course, we had him pinch running the other day. Thurman fouls 1 away. It's 0-1. There's a ball tie, 1-1. And that's low screwball, 2-1. Pop up left side of the infield, and Appling with a kind of almost crazy play on that one. He makes the catch near the mound, so he was all over the place looking around here and there, and he patches that pop-up for the final out of the game. White Sox win this one 2-1. That'll put a damper in Cleveland's plans. Hope you enjoyed this game. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.